we go. Welcome to our first weekly Nightcast. I'm your host, Community Colonel TwilightFox, and today I have with me Entitled Colonel Cipherius.
Hello.
Head Evaluator Blakestra.
What's up?
And Administrative Colonel zklpr.
What's up, gamers?
So this week, our theme is current events, and each week we're going to have different themes that will surround certain topics. So this week is current events, and we'll be going things like the newsletter, development, events that just came out, anything that surrounds anything that's happened recently. So our first topic I have for us today is the newsletter. And I know some of you have been with the newsletter around for a long time. I've been here since like forever. I'm a boomer. I'm a T&I boomer in those terms. So what do you guys think of the new format?
Definitely a step up. But I feel like you guys missed a great opportunity for like the 100th anniversary of the newsletter to just update it there instead of having a test one. Thought that would have been cooler, but the test one, it served its purpose, so it's really a step up though.
I like the new format. Sorry. I like the new format way better than the old one because it looks like an actual newsletter now instead of just a thrown together Google Doc with a bunch of screenshots in it. Not to offend the people who did it before, but it just looks so much better now.
Yeah, it's kind of weirdly accurate how right you are about that, because that's really all it was. As someone who worked on the newsletter in the past, that's basically all it was, with screenshots thrown together.
And when did you get into community, Blake?
I think it was back in May or April of last year. Got in department back in August, maybe, and then resigned at the end of last month.
So when we first started the newsletter, we originally had... I didn't think of the idea because I didn't think of a newsletter. I don't know when I said that. We had this guy named Nikrov. I don't remember if he was an actual officer. Apparently he was just a lieutenant, but he used to be in the community department, and he came up with the idea of a newsletter, and I thought it was cool, but his format was like it was really dull. No offense to him if he ever listens to this, but it was really dull, and so I took it upon myself to design it. And before, when I took it over, I wanted to resemble like a really old newspaper, old-timey newspaper that you like the grayed out one, that it shows it in TV shows where dads are sitting at the table and they're reading it with their coffee. You know what I mean?
I think so.
God. Old.
Really old newspapers? They're gray. You got the newspaper board on it. Yeah, those. Okay, I wanted to resemble those. I wanted to have that type of feeling, and over time, I was like, that doesn't really make any sense. But we're already too into it to stop there. So we just kept going with the theme. And what I wanted with each section, like each section that like went over, was it a current event, a large scale event that was happening at that time. Say if it was like a warfare event, then I would make that section incorporate into that theme. I would make it match the type of I would make it match like warfare. You look at it and you would think like, yes, this is a warfare event. It wouldn't be like just a carbon copy of each section. You know what I mean? I wanted to be entertaining, and I wanted to what?
I get what you're saying there.
Yes. Okay. I wanted to be entertaining, and I wanted kids to also just read it. Like I'd even add in fun sections that would just be like, we used to have stuff like, oh, what are RGs thinking? And I would just have a bunch of the RGs just give me random thoughts that they'd sometimes think about when they're on patrol and such. And so that was fun. But after my leave, obviously you can see like it kind of like went a little bit down here. No offense, but that's how I saw it. And then when I came back, I was like really wanted to match. Like I saw that Zyzabi added new like division ads and such, and those were cool, but like that's all he did. And then they're just slapped on the newsletter, and I didn't understand why that is. So I really want to try and find I wanted to reach for a magazine type of look. and then so that would match more of T&I's aesthetic. And,
On a side note,
yes.
whoever does the GFX for the newsletter is amazing at it. Like I love the GFX in the new newsletters. They're so good.
I think that we actually give them credit for each one.
Yeah, we have multiple artists, multiple GFX people on the newsletter.
Because I noticed that progression was done by, I think it was Crusher Gamer.
Yep.
And then I don't remember who did the other ones.
Paragon Elise, we have Casual Mikey. He likes to do a lot of the GFX for combat engineers.
Jazzalar did one.
Jazziar, he does a lot of our GFX. He's very good at what he does. Very good. He's probably not to play favorites, but I really like his style, the way he does stuff. We also have. Sometimes we would just pull GFX that were commissioned, and they would be like retweeted on the Twitter. We just pull it from there, but yeah, it's a lot of different artists. It's not specific one, and like eventually, since this newsletter, we have this new format. We decided to have a small committee of like GFX artists we could go to, if in case we needed a certain banner or thumbnail that we needed incorporated into the newsletter.
College of Arms, right?
Yep, College of Arms. That is back.
Oh, so that's what that's for.
It's not open now. It's like I keep it closed to a certain group of people, so it's easier to manage, and I don't like expect them to be assigned something. Just whatever's happening that week.
Because I feel like I saw a screenshot of the College of Arms after essentially deleted the channel.
Oh, I don't know. Did you guys read the newsletter before?
I worked on it for a while, so I mean, I generally had to read it every now and then.
What about the ones that didn't work on it?
I used to read it a lot more, but I kind of just skimmed it until these newer ones, because these newer ones look so much better.
Yeah, because I can definitely agree that the ones that we used to do were definitely more bland than the ones that we're doing now. Well, that you guys are doing now, since I don't have anything to do with it now.
This is
I was only there for the meme shack.
Yeah, most people are only there for the meme shack.
Yeah, I used to just scroll down to them.
Really? That's crazy, because the meme shack is the one place I would avoid.
Yeah,
the
memes have actually gotten worse. I'm not gonna lie. Like, no offense to whoever does them, they've gotten worse every time.
We just put them from the meme channel.
I know that for a while it was done by Gamers Rage, then he left. Luna Saber took it over. I was in charge of it for a couple weeks. It's kind of jumped all over the place.
Well, it's not like who puts what in it. It's like who makes the memes. And a lot of people don't know how to make quality memes. Understandable. I mean, we only need to look for like T&I related memes because that's like more authentic. More, of course, it's like it has to be
more on topic.
Based.
Yeah.
Yep. So
there used to be like one or two like not on topic memes. I remember.
Yeah, generally.
I also like the meme review was also like questionable too.
I don't remember that actually.
Yeah, we used to have a meme review.
Yeah, that was done by Gamers Rage, and then we changed it to Meme Shack after he left.
Well, it's always been Meme Shack, but then they wanted to like, let's do more of the memes, let's rate them, and I was like, I don't even know if I was there for it. I think it came after. I can't remember. I was just like, okay, sounds good, I guess. So, yeah, I'm really proud of how it turned out. I'm like, wow, this looks really visually appealing. This is amazing. I made this? Me? That's crazy. Obviously, I'm not the one who made the whole thing. Digi also worked a lot of it on it, but I did a lot of the fine tuning. So
yeah, I do remember that Digi, once she joined up in department, she did do a lot with it, with community engagement once she joined up.
She introduced the website, in fact, and I was like, I was thinking the whole time, I was like, oh my god, how are we gonna make like a magazine type of thing? Because I really want to do like a type of magazine, because that would be so cool. But I have no idea like what website does that and such. And then she was like, hey, there's an exact website that you can do this. And I was like, that's crazy. And my mind was blown. But I'm pretty sure I've seen the website before and I've used it before in school, but I just completely blocked it out of my mind. Because I don't...
And then you fell in love with Canva after she introduced it to you.
That's right. There's a lot you can do with it, but like some restrictions like with the well, I mean like you don't need pro to even use it because a lot of the pro stuff is just like extra stuff that if you just want it, like say you want to add like special effects like pixelization and all that, you can buy pro, but that is hella expensive, especially if you have like a team. If you have a team on it, then if you want to buy membership, if you want to upgrade, then you pay for everyone on your team. And so that adds up to like 300. That adds up to a lot of money. So
that's
it's like
kind of
That adds
insane.
up to about let's say a lot of money.
Why?
I don't know. I don't understand.
Because I don't know ZK.
Indeed. But yeah, I'm glad you guys like it. If you guys could add your own section about anything, what would it be about? We'll go one at a time. ZK.
If I had to add, am I allowed to add on to new divisions, or am I allowed to add on to existing sections?
Sure.
I think like highlights of the week for divisions would be cool. Like instead of just having the advertisements, maybe what's going on in said divisions instead of just see what's going on in main TNI.
I have been advocating for that. I've been wanting. I don't have access to all divisions, but essentially does, and so I have been talking to him about getting me more updates from divisions, and we could incorporate that more into the newsletter. If you guys want more division stuff, division representatives like officers, directors, please let me know so I can involve you guys more into that. Cipherius?
I think it's pretty good right now. What I'm thinking of, you already have, it's the where you ask officers how they're doing. I thought that was a really good idea, but I have no idea about another section.
Yeah, fine. Blake?
Yeah, I don't really have any ideas at the moment either, so
Like
I kind of have the same stance on. I kind of have the same stance on Cypher. Like, I definitely do like how you asked some officers in HighCom how they're doing in this tough time. But other than that, I can't really think of anything to be certain of.
That's alright. Yeah, not a lot I can, like, I keep asking for, like, oh, hey, give me ideas for new sections and stuff, but I feel like I kind of have already, like, an understanding of, like, what we already have, can incorporate, and stuff like breaking news and updates and, like, division stuff. It's, like, it's kind of temporary stuff, like, it'll appear in one newsletter and then it'll be gone next in case, like, divisions keep adding on to new things, but yeah, we'll just have we'll have the main like pages, and then we'll have these temporary sections that come in from time to time. So that's it. That's it for a newsletter. I'm glad you guys enjoyed a lot. That makes me very happy. Thank you.
Yippee!
No problem.
I love the newsletter.
Very good. If you love it so much, why don't you marry it?
Oh, I don't think I don't know how that works. Marrying an inanimate object, Twilight.
So I'm taken. Nope.
No, it's possible.
It is possible.
No piece of paper is separating
we
me.
won't go into that. It is possible though. Anyway,
Now I'm curious.
next topic. Development. We've seen a lot of teasers in the dev progress, and honestly, it's like they're doing a really good job at hyping up the city, but it's like bit by bit, and we don't know like the actual architecture and stuff. What have you guys seen so far that have like made you the most excited, that you want to see the most?
Dual wielding swords.
Sorry, what?
What do you want to see the most out of everything you've seen so far from dev progress?
No, I was talking to Blake. What about dual wielding swords?
Oh. Why did you I repeated that?
I didn't want to interrupt you.
Okay.
I'm excited. Something that really blew my mind when I went to the testing place was jetpacks aren't just for verticality now. You can boost forwards and backwards and left and whatever other directions you can think of because
it definitely looks more mobile now with the extra jets everywhere.
that's gonna change the meta so much, and it's gonna make me so happy.
I can see people abusing that.
I'm also liking the ATV too.
I haven't seen that yet.
Well,
The mechs are kind of sick.
The what?
What?
Back on the 17th of
The
last
mechs
month.
that they showed.
The mics?
Dude,
Mechs.
The mechs.
The mechs.
Yeah.
I like the mechs.
They're kind of sick.
like the armor, the upgraded armor they added with all the like the
Yeah.
morphs, the bulkiness. I like that, but also one thing that bothers me is the hands and the feet. It looks
Yeah.
it just looks weird to me. It's just like everything else is bulky, but then the hands and the feet just look tiny compared to all that.
Yeah, it's valid.
I wish
We
they
look like-
added what?
Oh, sorry.
They look like what?
Oh, we look like Kingpin from Spider-Man. Like just
Oh, let's go, boys.
really thick body, and just the rest of us is
Yeah, it's
super,
amazing.
super thin and small.
Yeah, it sounds great. um, I don't know. I'm not particularly excited. I like you guys heard me talk about before, but I'm like most excited because I really want to see a moving tram. So if they could add that in, that would be poggers, dude.
Train.
Train,
Train.
subway.
Can I bomb the
Train.
train? Train go boom?
Can you rock
Oh?
the train? That would be great.
Train go boom.
But then that would be
Train
like
go
that would be
boom.
like jailbreak.
Yeah, I kind of hope there's like a jailbreak or like even like a Meep City part of the city. I just think that would be really funny.
If they incorporate like Meep City elements of like you can update, you can like they
Yeah.
have more apartment customizations. I mean the combat, it looks fine so far. I really like the idea of the throwable shield. I can feel like
Oh, yeah,
Captain
that's cool.
America.
I mean,
That's really cool.
we do have that in Exodus training right now, but
Really?
It's
yeah,
broken.
haven't
we
been
do
to a
have,
training in
we do have the
so
hero shield in Exodus.
It can team kill at the moment, which is really, really broken.
Yeah, agreed.
Ooh.
So basically the problem with the assassin knife that we had in Exodus for a while.
You have like the actual like Game Pass weapons.
No, like basically every single weapon you can use every single weapon, including the RG sphere in Exodus.
That's crazy. That's actually pretty crazy.
Speaking of RG,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
can I get like an RG pet on the city? Like
they have
can we
pets.
please have pets?
I
They
think
should
I
bring
wanna
in
know-
a pet.
Yeah, developers, listen. We want a train. We want pets. We want a Meep City vibe, so I can create like a
God.
like my own short
I
nightclub.
wanted to feel like a city.
But I feel like everyone is truly excited about one thing and one thing only:
What?
Skin?
the return of the tournament facility, possibly.
Possibly.
What's that?
Because I've heard that development is working on the tournament facility that's been broken for ages.
I didn't even know we had
So-
one. Dang.
Yeah, it was a while back that when we used it.
Oh yeah, it's always been there, but
Yeah, it's always been there,
Ah.
but then all of a sudden we just stopped hosting events on it. It just kind of got forgotten for a while.
yeah,
Rest in peace.
that would be very
Mhm.
useful.
And so now we have. So now I think that development is working on bringing that back, possibly.
very good, very good. That would be very useful for large scale events and for like divisions, tournaments, and such. What do you guys think of these gun skins?
I find them
They're
fairly
cool.
interesting from what I've seen.
I think there's like the most recent one on the RPG with like the lava moving on it. That looks cool.
Yeah.
Gold,
Also,
gold,
Gold.
give me gold.
the armor editions on, from what I'm seeing in dev progress, is definitely looking pretty cool.
The armors, yeah,
Yeah, the armor additions to our morphs.
those definitely.
I want to see them. I want to see them add like a universe skin to the M16. That'd be really cool
That'd
looking.
be kind of
Yeah.
sick. Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
like a galaxy skin.
Yeah.
But my stars, so like, I'd rock that.
What about like the fade skin from CS:GO? Like the red fading into orange.
I have not played CS:GO like that, but I have an image of what you're talking about.
Dang it.
Yeah, it'd be sick.
That would be nice if they could do that. If they had like different like actual skins, like not just like an overlay color like they usually or a texture. Like they could change like how the gun looks, like the style. They have like a pack you could change how your gun looks. But I'm pretty sure that would be like, I feel like that would be a lot of work. I have no idea how dev works. You know how in like Overwatch, well not Overwatch, yeah, like have you guys played Valorant?
I have
No.
not.
yet.
Okay, so in Valorant, you can change how your skin looks. So there's like an aristocrat skin, and so it would be like, it would change everything about the gun to match like the aristocrat theme. Like it wouldn't look like a regular modern gun. It would look like we'd have gold accents. It'd be kind of like a purple. There'd be like a cushion. You guys get what I'm putting down?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
not
I
the
think I'm
colors,
getting it.
it's
I think I'm
also like
getting
the
it.
actual model that changes.
Yeah. That. So that would be cool, but we could be piling too much onto the list.
Yeah, they have a lot to do right now.
Yeah,
so.
they definitely do. They definitely are working on a lot, which obviously major hats off to them for all the work that they're doing.
Oh yeah, major hats off. That's probably like mentally draining. I feel like it is like it's like kind of like a drag. I don't know. There's only so much you can do when you keep like a trial and error. You know.
I feel like it'd be both mentally and physically draining for them
Yeah.
because of like all the work that they're doing and just kind of mental pressure from like making sure that everything comes out right.
And like with all the teasers, there's a lot of people accept from this, and obviously that like while these do look cool, don't expect it to be perfect on the release. There will obviously be like some problems at first, but I mean that's why we have these tests. We can make sure that this doesn't happen in the actual release.
And I just had a major brain fart.
I noticed.
If we get jets,
happens.
if we get those jets, I'm gonna be so happy.
Yeah, that'll be epic.
That would
I hope to make the city big enough to fly them around comfortably.
Yeah,
But if not, then
Yeah,
I really want to see the buildings.
because
I don't think it'll be big enough.
wasn't our original city called Skyline City or something? I think I don't remember off the top of my head.
I think Skyline got sold.
Yeah, actually, I know that Skyline is just straight up offline now. Like no one can enter.
Yeah, it got sold. I remember when I first joined, they teased the city, and then they had one of the old arch admirals, name was like Julie, and she was there. And I remember they had a Q&A stream about the city, and they talked about the reason why I talk about the moving trans so much. I just think it would be so impressive if they actually make it like workable to move throughout the city. That would be hella impressive. And they teased that in the city the first time when they did that Q&A session, and I was like, yeah, that sounds awesome. And then it never came. And I was so sad. I was so disappointed.
Poor Skyline City.
Poor Skyline.
That's gotta be old.
It is definitely old.
It's
It was
pretty old.
Also small. What is it? Hopefully, yeah, the layout of the city. Hopefully, it's like big enough, or else they might have to just make different universes or like places.
Yeah.
So that.
And then
would
they
be
just
something.
add more work onto them too. So
Yeah. So.
Remember
What? So remember what?
Remember the one really old teaser of it was like a little slum outside the border. That got everyone super hyped, and then it actually never made it into the city or the border 2.0 or anything.
A teaser?
oh yeah,
There was like the slums.
Yeah, it was like a slum. It was there were like a bunch of vines and like decayed buildings.
yeah, that'd
God,
be
I really want to go look for it now.
that'd be pretty cool to see in the border. But I don't. Again, it definitely would take a lot of time. But at the same time, I'm very excited for the new city that they have coming up.
I don't remember that, but when you do find it, please post it in the chat. I mean, could post it on the video for them to see. So, woo, okay. That's. What are your predictions for when it releases? Obviously, it's not gonna be 100%, but
A lot of bugs.
a lot of bugs. Do you think it's gonna? When we first rally the people for the ceremony, how many people do you think it's gonna be there?
A lot.
A lot.
I would definitely say a
At
lot.
least
It also
500.
depends on if this pandemic is over with too, and the time the pandemic is
But
over.
we're
with,
also
and-
going into summer, so
Yeah, true.
Well, I don't think they're gonna have it done by the end of the summer. I think that would
Yeah,
be
that's true.
like you know how a lot dubbing takes. It would be
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give them time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think it would. I think we maybe could expect something by like I don't know, August, September. I feel like just to give them time. So that's for me.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe
personally excited. I'm personally excited to ride ATVs around. Not gonna lie.
I do like ATVs. I like my
Yeah.
my ATVs. I don't know what I was gonna classify it as. I like motorcycles
fun.
and stuff.
Yeah.
They're very fun.
Yeah, the ATVs look like they're going to be pretty fun.
CK? Any
I'm a huge fan of aerial vehicles. So like the Falcon, which is like the helicopter, and the jet, I'm gonna be super excited about. Imagine just you know, you're robbing the bank. You got some decent weapons, and then just a bunch of commandos like jump out of helicopters and like jetpack down. Like that'd be so cool.
Especially if like you're doing a kind of stealth operation and you just have the helicopter and then you just rappel down from the helicopter.
A stealth operation for helicopter?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Shh, details. Running silent. You gotta run it silent, or just
the air that's swooshing from the air helicopter makes
yeah,
all the
just
noise.
like,
Yeah.
like, what's that noise? It's probably nothing.
No.
It's probably nothing.
I mean, with the jetpacks, they can probably like fall down. With
They're just like, ooh,
lot
it's a
of
little
height.
windy out here. Wow.
It's a little windy. It's a little windy out here. What's that up there? I don't see anything.
I'm
Looks like
just
the wind's
chilling.
calm.
I
Yeah,
pretend I do not see.
it's it's definitely a helicopter up there.
Oh, so that's that development. Let's move on to the next one. The Imperial invasion. Well, which
Oh,
one of you guys
boy.
have read the document?
I have
Uh,
not.
I've skipped through it, but I'm also
right.
a host, so
Oh,
I
I
kinda
see.
know what's
I see what you
going
mean
on.
now, ZK.
Can you get the rundown on what it is?
we're gonna be rallying a lot of people, and
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna have a lot of hosts, and we're just gonna. I think it's is it Imperial Armada Saturday and then Prime Sunday?
TNI
It's
is going
basically
to
a
be
sub
raiding
operation,
a
but
bunch-
bigger.
Yeah, it's going to be a massive assault operation on a bunch of other clans that is going to hopefully rally a bunch of TNI and just strike multiple different targets in quick succession. And I'm excited for that. I think we'll get a lot of commandos, a lot of people from divisions. Hopefully, a lot of people from main TNI will get involved because that's the bulk of our forces.
Yeah,
and I'm
definitely.
really hoping maybe some new people in the community could join in.
If I have time and my schedule works out, I may attend one or two of them.
I'm going to attempt to attend as many as I can
Yeah.
to further the glory of the Imperium.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I get burnt out easily, so
I might
I
go.
don't know.
I've never rated Imperial. No, I've rated Imperial Armada. I waited one time and I was like, I'm not doing this again.
Yeah, that base is really hard.
Yeah,
And
isn't that the one with the gate in the center of it?
AF3, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got the cave on the right, the gate in the middle.
I really hate that map.
I can't.
It's a
remember.
struggle.
It's so defender sided, I swear.
I think it's fun.
I rated Prime Syndicate. That was fun. But
Yeah, they're always.
yeah, the
I rated
leader was really chill. I was like, that's crazy.
Aegis and Imperial Armada.
Prime's leader is a super good sport. Like,
Yeah, seriously.
me and him, I pulled out my sword and chased him around, and he didn't even shoot. He was just like running away until one of his teammates shot me. It was hilarious. I'm just excited for the invasion because I feel like TNI hasn't had, up until like the assault operation thing, they haven't had many events that are focused on the outside clan world, and I feel like this will be a great way to involve ourselves in that.
Definitely agreed there.
I am kind of worried though that we'll rally so many that the other clans won't be able to handle it.
Yeah,
I
that's
We'll
definitely a
just have
problem there.
empty stuff. Yeah.
Could just strike more targets. Find.
Yeah.
I mean, I can guarantee you that Aegis alone could probably fill maybe 2 or 3 servers if they really
definitely.
tried.
Yeah,
and if they,
definitely.
I
if
think
they, like,
Prime could.
yeah, if they pre-rallied, they definitely could.
Yeah.
I don't really. I'm probably not going to 10.
Oh,
Come on, Twilight.
Wow.
I might be asleep either way because I'm like way ahead of you guys. So, and I usually sleep for a long time. I stay up. I stay up. My sleep schedule is whack. Let me tell you, this
Yeah,
quarantine
same.
has like
Yeah,
Ruined my
we
sleep
know that.
schedule.
We know that very well, Twilight, compared to last week. What happened?
What happened? Oh,
You know
yeah.
what happened
Oh,
last
yeah,
week?
okay. Woo!
I
I
noticed
feel clueless.
I noticed the first rally begins at like 2 p.m. and that's usually when I wake up. So
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It begins at like 2 p.m. East. That's like 12 my time,
which
which I'm asleep.
it's 2 p.m. my time. I just sleep a lot.
That's 6 p.m. my time.
I just be
I sleep
slumped.
until like 2 p.m.
I can't sleep past 7.
Yeah.
If you
Sleep
think I'm gonna
schedules,
change my
man.
sleep schedule just so I can attend the rally, well, you thought wrong.
Yes, yes.
For the glory of the Imperial.
Or the Imperial.
Glory to the Imperium.
Hurry, I might have a healthy sleep schedule. So I'm gonna attend
It's all
my...
thanks to Robux.
Yes. So I'm gonna attend my raids and I can get the honor. Woo!
12 honor, yay!
Glory.
I'm gonna
Ah,
jump to number.
Caw.
I'm gonna jump to number 1 on the honor leaderboard just for attending these raids.
Not unless King Zeus does them too.
No.
Do you think the assault operations like prepared us for this moment of glory?
I feel like this is just a really, really scaled up version of that, and I'm really excited to see how that goes.
Yeah, but do you think they
Right.
they did the assault operations to like obviously they don't want to test the waters to see how it would go with regular members because obviously I think they were scared before like like if they had a full VC of just regular members then they would just be like it would just be chaotic because obviously no one would listen like that and such and you know raids before like with commandos it's a tight knit community and so if you don't listen they know who you are and that goes on
Yeah.
your record in commandos.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, but now we have such a big group, and that since they know that these groups, certain groups will comply, that it's just a straightforward process.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't think Intense would have done this without testing. He usually has a pretty solid plan for this type of stuff.
what do you guys think of the name change from special events to assault operations?
I definitely-
think I preferred special events. I don't know why.
Personally,
It's inherently like a worse name.
I feel like Assault Operation kind of fits better with the event, personally.
It does.
I agree.
I definitely agree with that. Yeah. Special events. It's more like,
Yeah.
special
'Cause it's-
events like a birthday
more-
party.
It's more miscellaneous in multiple ways.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, it's, like, it doesn't, like, it's mainly raids, and having that name as special events when it's mainly raids that's being shouted in there, it's a little weird.
Yeah, it's not a special event if it's the same event every single time.
Well, I just felt special going to them.
Special in what type of way?
Yes.
Intense. um. I thought they were interesting when I first saw them. What were you guys' first impression of them? Were you like, "Oh, that's cool"? Did you guys think you were ever gonna go to them? Did you when you first saw it, you're like, "Yes, finally!"
Like, I was-
that was my reaction.
At first, I was a little surprised, like, oh, we're raiding other clans. That's first. So, like, I was a little caught off guard, personally.
I was actually in on the first one, and when Intense told me about it, I was like, wait, what? I didn't think TNI did this type of stuff, and then
What?
it went on to be like a big thing in TNI, and now it's
Preposterous.
even bigger. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, wait, no, this doesn't happen. This is not okay. This is not normal.
This couldn't be.
This isn't
'Cause I feel like I was also involved in the first one too. But I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, when
I'm
I
pretty
saw
sure you were.
it, I was like, "Oh, special events." So this is like a once in a blue moon type of thing, and then it started getting frequent. And I was like, "This isn't special anymore."
It was basically every single day.
What a
Yeah.
lie!
And now especially with all the special event hosts that we have now. Oh wow, it's been going on for 4 months so far.
Really?
Yeah, I always forget that. Like,
Yeah, because the first one was shouted on February 23rd, so just about 4 months.
Oh my God, time is like, the concept of time is so crazy.
these last 3 months have not happened.
They really haven't. It feels like we are in another realm, but we're actually in
Yeah,
the apocalypse. But then we're just chilling here having a podcast while outside it's burning. And
The world's on fire.
The world's
and
on
I love it.
fire.
And quite literally.
we're doing fine.
We're just vibing.
We're quite literally the picture of
We're
the dog
just playing Roblox.
of the dog in the house, and everything's on fire, and he's like, "This is fun."
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Sounds about right.
Woo! Okay. Anyway,
I took a turn for the weird.
so yeah, that's how it is. That's how it goes. Do you think? Actually, okay. One last thing. Do you think these Imperial invasions? Do you think we're gonna have a public VC?
Because that one.
I think we're gonna try.
I hope not.
I
think that's what intended.
Ultimately, I can kind of understand ZK's worry on that end about having the public VC. Because then there's going to be people talking over people, and then the officers will most likely have to serve mute those who continuously talk while Intense is trying to explain stuff. So, if anything, I'd feel like the officers would be in the special operation VC again, like we normally are. So ZK, I'm just about done, so you can go ahead if you want.
I feel like there's going to be a multitude of things happening. We're probably going to have to server mute everyone in the call, which kind of like the opposite of what we want. But
I mean, we could also
we have to, because A, there's going to be trolls. B, there's going to be people not knowing what's going on. So they'd just be talking.
I mean, we could also set the VC so that only people with certain roles can't speak. Like, for example, we could set it so T9 role can't speak for a while, Ensign role can't speak for a while, whatever.
I don't know. I just don't think it should be done.
Personally, I think the ways you guys have been doing it before is fine, as long as everything's straightforward. It's a straightforward process. Heal, go for the term, you're done. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And then everyone just follows the person in front of them.
Or as I said during one Aegis raid, go generator, cap generator, go mainframe, catch mainframe.
Yes. Doesn't Aegis or is this a different clan? There was a clan I raided, and they had they had a bear.
Bear?
They had
Probably bear.
No, it was in their base, in their terminal. They had a giant bear that would kill you instantly, and he would.
That sounds like bear.
He works for no one, but if you can glitch him in the right way, he will protect you from the enemy team. And I think it might have been DS or something.
I bet it was bear.
But
we bears.
They had a giant bear, and it would just appear randomly, and you can either kill him or you can make him work with you. So.
Why would you put that in a base?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
That's a good question.
But it was funny, so that's all that matters.
That's valid.
Raiders are capping terminal. Release the bear!
I think he had a name. I can't remember his name. It was pretty funny.
I shall name the bear Greg.
Release Bartholomew!
Attack! We have it's like that picture that's you can't it has it's like the Thor picture that everyone uses where Hera's you can't defeat me, and then Thor's I can't, but he can, and then it's the bear.
I know, but he can.
I want someone to make that now.
That would be funny. I can't remember what base it is though. I'm sure someone somehow who's listening will be oh, I know that base, and then we'll see in the comments.
Put it down in the comments. Put it down in the comments, guys, if you know the base. Come on,
and then put down in the comments what do you want us to talk about next. Okay, anyway, let's move on. So for our fourth topic, we have podcasts. You guys like listening to podcasts? Do you guys listen to any?
I don't know.
Not really. They're not my thing.
Or you don't?
I don't.
Wow. CK?
I listened to, my friend recommended me some kind of podcast on Spotify, and I listened to one episode of it, and it was super funny, but I completely forget the name of it. He apparently falls asleep to it, so I don't know how he can do that, but that's the only actual podcast I've ever watched. Yeah, I'm not that big into podcasts, even though I'm on one right now.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, same here.
They're just not my thing.
I think podcasts are hella fun. I also love listening to podcasts. I don't know. I like talking. I like hearing myself. But yeah, I listen to a lot of... I don't listen to a lot, but I have a lot on my list of podcasts to listen to, and I'm kind of a frequent listener. I didn't start listening to podcasts actually till this year, because I was damn, I need something to listen to than just music to drown out my mind. And I listen to mostly like YouTuber podcasts and Twitch streamers. just because I enjoy the Twitchers content, so I want to hear like their opinions on certain topics and stuff. So it's pretty cool to listen to. I usually listen to podcasts when I'm like working or doing art stuff, to like just for something to bot out to. I think it's pretty fun. I think podcasts are great. They're a great way to like connect with your audience and to like have a laugh whenever you're feeling lonely.
Because that's totally not the only thing we do while we're recording these.
Yes. I think doing a podcast is like very enjoyable. Like even by yourself or with a group of people, I think either way it's enjoyable. Like you could just get like by yourself, you can just spew out your thoughts, and then if you, whatever audience you like enjoys it, that's like you bring a type of crowd to you that enjoys the same stuff that you enjoy when you talk about your own stuff with your own podcast. And then with like a group podcast, it's like just you just you're able to talk about stuff you want to like talk about. I don't know. I just like sometimes I just like letting my mind ramble, and it's nice when other people can like can respond and like give their own response to it, you know, and make me not sound crazy.
I can understand that one. I can understand that.
So
I mean, I'm having fun right now, so
yeah, this is pretty enjoyable. I like doing this. Like even if it's just about TNI, it feels very very humane, very personal. You know, like it feels good for the soul. A good way to like.
TNI is my life.
Not
Roblox is life. Nothing but Roblox.
If you guys weren't host of this, would you guys even listen to it?
No.
Probably not.
Probably not. If I'm being 100% honest.
Yeah, before we were gonna have it like we're gonna have like community department people. It was gonna be like gamers and Supercall host it, and I don't.
That didn't work out.
Yeah, that didn't really work out. I didn't know either of them, so I didn't know how they're gonna work. And then listening to it, I was like sleeping.
And then you add me in there. Then you had me and us, the other two, in there, and then we're just like, woo!
And I was like, it shouldn't be like just community department. Like community department, yeah, we're just like one focus. But I'd rather involve like officers more, because officers like every officer is involved in something. Like even if an officer is just like they're just a member of one focus, they're either like they could be prioritizing like a different division and stuff, which is why I wanted more, you know, people in the officer rank. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Get different perspectives and experiences. Yeah.
Yeah. So it would make a lot more sense. And for like people in community, I mean, that's fine, but it's like they can only know so much. They can only like do so much.
Definitely, yeah.
So, yeah. Did you guys ever expect there to be a podcast?
No, I did not.
I don't know why.
Well,
I thought there already was one.
There was, but then that crashed.
Oh. Yeah,
I was not expecting us to do a reboot until essentially asked me, just like, so you still want to do the podcast? I'm like, sure, why not?
Hey kid, you want some fun?
Have a good time.
I got a podcast. Real cool. You want to join?
So, kid, listen here. I have this fun thing planned. We're gonna be doing a podcast. You interested, kid?
And you have to talk to other people. Just so you know.
Oh, that's kind of
no, I'm out of here, boys. I'm out of here.
I'm out.
Yeah, peace out, man.
Oh, I have to interact?
Man, it's quarantine. I never asked this.
I'm about to head out.
Yeah,
Bill Gates.
I actually did one before, but it wasn't really a podcast. It was more like just multiple people in a call that I was comfortable with at the time. And it wasn't like officers. It was like I had Astro there, and I think I had like an admiral at the time there, and another admiral, and two other admirals. But then I had some resigned veterans. I don't know, veterans. I guess I would just call them veterans. Veterans.
I think I remember that.
I'm trying to think of the word. I guess it would just be veterans. But yeah, I had some ex-admirals there, and it was kind of like just a fun time to hang out. And I didn't really plan it as well as I'm doing with this one, so that didn't go so well. So that didn't happen again. But then I was like, this time it's gonna be different. It's gonna be more centered around people actually involved in TNI. So here we are.
Oh
You guys
boy!
are lucky winners.
I love TNI.
Oh
Yay! We won, guys. Let's go.
Woo. And on that one, the one I did before, like Astro and all that, we actually like played games and stuff, but like just because we were playing games,
Yeah.
we weren't focused on what we were talking about. They're mostly just like going off topic and such, and I couldn't really control them. So
Yeah, I remember you guys playing Uno because you guys left the join code on the screen, so I was able to join. Easy peasy.
oh my god. Oh, those are good times. We played like Scribble.io. That was fun.
Yeah.
I know that one time I saw Chrysalis and you in Bloxburg, I think it was.
Yes.
Very good.
What? Burger?
Burger?
I said in Bloxburg, but it cut out.
You just sound like you said burger.
Burger?
Hey, I saw you guys in
Where's the
Bloxburg.
burger?
Burger.
Somebody just say burger.
I hunger for a burger.
Vanguards has a podcast actually, and
Isn't
like
it actually?
no, they didn't.
We definitely didn't steal this idea from them. We did not.
Don't say that. No, there's nothing. I have no idea what this man is talking about. If anything, blame it on him.
Wait, what? No! I had nothing to do with the creation of this.
I mean, you were in community, and you
Big
did
thing.
leave,
I-
so maybe
I
they
just-
kicked you out for
I just
stealing
knew of it. I didn't actually do anything with it.
That's what they all say. Likely story.
Very likely story, because it's true.
I don't believe you.
Sure, man.
Anyway.
Sure.
So the podcast, the tipping point, like whether or not this was gonna happen, is I listened to the Vanguards podcast and like I actually kind of enjoyed it. Like they had a really good vibe and they knew their audience, and I was like, damn, like this could actually like work out. So I was like, let's do it. Like this sounds, they were the push. So we don't have funny stories like that, but I hope we can bring out that same vibe that they did. So, I mean, I was like, damn, that's crazy that I actually enjoyed this. Whack!
You actually enjoyed a thing? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Guys,
I'm
Twilight
proud of
actually
myself.
enjoyed a thing.
Wow, what a change.
But yeah, so. Anything you guys want to add?
No.
Okay.
I love Roblox.
Great. Okay, stop saying that, please.
Aw.
Well, yeah. Well, that should be it. Our last one is like just free time, but I have no idea how long this will be going on.
Almost a full hour.
Really? Like since we started
Around.
recording?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
about
Really?
that.
I think we're under just a little bit. We
I
started
said
at
almost.
like
I said
8:35.
almost a full hour. I said
Like 10 minutes
almost.
off.
Okay, well, I guess we'll start to wrap it up then. Thank you guys for listening. That was actually very fun. Hope you guys enjoyed our first podcast. If you guys enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to share this with your friends and comment if you guys enjoyed it. If anything we should improve on, should we like stop saying cringy voice lines? Please let us know.
I guess I'm out here then, boys.
Well, our next, this will probably be released on a Saturday. Our next one, I don't know what our next theme will be, but our next show will probably be next Sunday, so expect that. It should be released either Saturday or Sunday, so expect that. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.